What if the decline of America was actually a setup for something greater? For decades, we've been told the American empire is fading. Inflation, political division, national debt, and global de-dollarization have painted a grim picture. But behind the noise, something bigger may be happening, something almost no one is prepared for. Not a collapse, but a rebirth. And it's already in motion. The world has operated for over a century under a monetary system that favors central banks and private institutions over sovereign individuals. Fiat currencies, fractional reserve lending, and inflationary debt have created the illusion of wealth while siphoning real value from everyday people. But now we're approaching a tipping point, a transition so massive it could mark the beginning of what many are calling America's golden age. This shift isn't just economic, it's systemic, and the clues are everywhere. Start with decentralization. For the first time in history, blockchain technology is challenging the monopoly of central banks. Power is being redistributed. We now have the infrastructure to move money, verify transactions, and store value without intermediaries. Bitcoin was just the beginning. The next wave includes tokenized assets, decentralized ledgers, and asset-backed digital currencies designed to restore transparency and trust. What makes this different is the role America could play. While many fear the rise of BRICS and the decline of the US dollar, a deeper look suggests the opposite. Major American institutions are already embedded in this transformation. Ripple is building payment corridors across the globe. Coinbase is becoming an institutional gateway. And US lawmakers, slowly but surely, are beginning to acknowledge the legitimacy of digital assets. This isn't America fading into irrelevance. This is America quietly positioning itself at the center of the next financial system. And it's not just about crypto. It's about values. The old system was built on control, centralized authority, hidden inflation, opaque policies. The new system is built on sovereignty, ownership, accountability. And that shift doesn't just benefit Wall Street. It benefits anyone willing to understand what's happening. The Federal Reserve is no longer the only game in town. Private digital currencies, stablecoins backed by gold, and decentralized finance platforms are giving rise to a parallel economy, one that favors innovation, freedom, and efficiency. And America is leading the charge, whether the media admits it or not. Pause for a second and think about the bigger picture. Energy independence, reshoring of manufacturing, technological dominance in AI and quantum computing, space exploration, health and wellness revolutions. None of these trends point toward collapse. They point toward reinvention, toward renaissance. So why do so many people feel like things are falling apart? Because they're watching the old guard struggle to maintain control. The IRS is under scrutiny. The Federal Reserve is being questioned. Tax reform is on the table. And if reports are to be believed, there are early-stage discussions about replacing income tax altogether with a new form of external revenue that doesn't penalize productivity. That kind of policy shift doesn't happen during decline. It happens when a nation is preparing to lead again. And perhaps most importantly, we are witnessing a cultural reset. Millions of Americans are turning inward, rejecting corporate narratives, seeking truth, learning financial literacy, starting online businesses, and rediscovering sovereignty. The digital frontier has opened the door for anyone to participate in this new wave of prosperity. You no longer need permission to build wealth. You just need awareness. Let's talk about money. The US dollar may no longer be backed by gold, but that doesn't mean gold is irrelevant. In fact, as of May 26, 2025, gold is trading at approximately $3,340 per ounce, a silent signal of devaluation in fiat systems. Silver is holding strong at approximately $33.40 per ounce. And while some fear these are signs of weakness, they're actually signs of opportunity. Because in every great transition, there is always a moment where the old and new collide. Right now, we are in that moment. Digital gold, tokenized real estate, permissionless lending, smart contracts. These aren't future ideas. They are today's tools, and they are already being used to bypass the gatekeepers of old. And when you zoom out, a clear pattern emerges. Throughout history, America has faced crisis after crisis, and each time it emerged stronger. The Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Great Depression, World War II, the Cold War, the dot-com bubble. the 2008 crash. Every so-called ending has become a new beginning, and this is no different. We're not witnessing the fall of America. We're witnessing its evolution. Yes, there are challenges. The transition will not be smooth, but the infrastructure is here. The innovation is here. And most importantly, the spirit is here. There's a reason why the world still watches America. Not because we're perfect, but because we're dynamic, adaptable. And just when it looks like we've hit a wall, we tear it down. So what does this mean for you? It means you're not late. You're early. The window to understand, prepare, and participate is open right now. And the decisions you make today will define your financial reality tomorrow. Because America's golden age won't be handed to you. It will be built by people who see beyond the noise, who see the cracks in the old system not as destruction, but as space for something better. A decentralized financial system where value is real. A tax structure that rewards creation. A culture that prioritizes truth. And a global role not built on dominance, but on innovation and freedom. That is the future. And it's already begun. If you're committed to building wealth in the new system, not waiting on the old one to save you, then hit subscribe right now. The next era is already unfolding, and it belongs to those who are ready. And there's another layer few are acknowledging, the psychological shift. More Americans than ever before are not just questioning their financial futures, but actively redesigning them. They are studying blockchain, learning about real assets, diversifying into precious metals, and preparing for a world where digital value flows seamlessly without gatekeepers. Look at the education trends. Online finance courses are booming. Alternative economic channels on YouTube are exploding. People are waking up to how the old system trapped them in debt cycles, paycheck-to-paycheck survival, and endless taxation without innovation. They are hungry for something new, and they are starting to act accordingly. Small towns are turning into digital hubs. Entrepreneurs are setting up decentralized ventures. Developers are building ecosystems that don't rely on traditional funding. This isn't a fringe movement anymore. It's a mass awakening. And America, despite its flaws, remains the soil where these revolutions take root. Even politically, the dialogue is shifting. Candidates who once mocked crypto are now accepting it. Policy debates now include tokenized identity, programmable tax structures, and blockchain voting systems. These aren't fantasies, they're pilot programs being tested in real time. The momentum is undeniable. You can either ignore it or you can use it to your advantage. And the good news is this new era doesn't require elite connections. It doesn't care about Ivy League degrees or Wall Street access. It rewards curiosity, action, and resilience. It belongs to creators, innovators, and truth seekers who aren't afraid to challenge the status quo. So when we talk about America's golden age, we're not talking about some vague utopia. We're talking about a data-backed, asset-secured, innovation-driven, culturally awakened future that is unfolding step by step, and it will reward those who are awake enough to see it. This isn't just speculation, it's happening. All the indicators point to a profound shift, and the only question now is, will you participate in it, or will you watch it happen from the sidelines? If you found value in this breakdown, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Big shifts are coming fast, and you won't want to miss what's next.